guys, welcome to my card class to go. It's Thursday, May 11th. I was originally going to do this live on YouTube for tomorrow at noon, but I have remembered that we have a couple doctor's appointments, so I'm going to push this up and do it a little bit early. Anyways, my card class to go is free with a $35 purchase on my online store, and what I do is I make 3 different card designs, and in the kit I include enough to make 2 of each card design. So again, that's with a $35 purchase before tax and shipping, and you'll get enough in your kits to make 6 great cards. So let's get started. Today I am featuring the Cheerful Daisies Bundle, and I have made these 3 fantastic cards. Let me just flip over to my desktop view real quick. So the first one is the Oops-a-Daisy, I'm Sorry card, and I used the Fresh as a Daisy DSP with this. And then the second card I made, which, gosh, I didn't even realize these are kind of similar in terms of where I put the little tags and stuff. Wishing You the Brightest Birthday, and I love these new colors, copper clay, boho blue. They just go together so great. I love them. And then I think probably this one's my favorite, Your Friendship Means Everything. And again, this is with the Moody Mauve and Bubble Bath. And I just love how it all coordinates together. So let's jump in and we will start making our cards. Let me just pop myself in there. All right. Well, let's see here. I think we're going to start. Oops, my light went off. We're going to start with this one. Oops-a-daisy, so sorry. I love it. Okay, so let's put this over here so we can kind of see it. And what you'll get is everything will be mailed to you, and I include the cardstock, the DSP. I don't include any of the stamping because that is against Stampin' Up policy. So I do encourage you to either get the bundle, the Cheerful Daisies Bundle, or you can use any stamp set that you have, you know, in place of that. So don't worry about that as much. But, so here's what's included. I've even cut the little ribbon for you too, so we can get that. The die cuts, most of the time I will include all the die cutting that needs to be done. This is for the stamping, this little piece here. And here's our little tag. Here is our little tag that we'll stamp on. Okay, so let's get started. If I can get this out. So the first thing we're gonna do is, let me get my glue. We're gonna glue this DSP to this little front panel of the crushed curry. And frankly, I like to use the glue. My favorite was the Stampin' Seal, but you know, sometimes it's hard if you accidentally, you know, get it on crooked. I think sometimes the glue is a little bit more forgiving. I go back and forth, I don't know. But especially when you're cutting, so this is just 1/8 of an inch difference here, not, oops, see. I like to just be able to wiggle that a little bit before it sets. And there we go. So we're going to adhere this right to the front panel here. And again, I'm going to score this. I do score the cardstock for you, but I like to burnish it before I do things. So we're going to adhere it, but before we adhere that, we are going to put the ribbon on the front of the card here, just like so. And I just like to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal, which is right here. We'll just put a little dash there, and well, let's get that one on first and see, make sure we get it straight. There we go. Put a little bit here. Did I get that? Nope. See, that's a little crooked. I gotta straighten that out. Better. Better, better. And now we're just gonna adhere it to the front here. I love this set. I mean, it's just so easy to die cut some of the flowers out, and you can get real creative with it. This I stuck mostly with the white because I wanted it to show up on this garden green. So we'll adhere this right here, kind of towards the top. You can see where I did that. Okay, and then, so this die, actually this die had a couple leaves that were connected to it. I kind of snipped them off, but we're gonna put this on here. But before I do that, because I did pop these up underneath here, I popped them up. But before we get to that, I want to use my crushed curry. And we're gonna stamp both the centers. So I've got the little tiny center here, and I just fussy cut these out. I'm not a big fan of fussy cutting, but I did fussy cut them out. Now this big one does have a die cut. You could use that as well to die cut it out. And let's see, my scissors are right here. But, and let me tell you, I'm not a huge fan of fussy cutting. And I thought that there was a little tiny, I don't think, there's a couple different die cuts in here for the centers of the flowers. And I'll show you that on the next card that I make. But yeah, die cutting, I think sometimes you either love it or you hate it. And sometimes I'm just like in the middle of it. I'm not a super fan, but then sometimes you have to die cut, right? Like see circles. I'm not good at circles because I can't get the edges good. There's that one. And then we'll just die cut this one a little bit too. I probably went out of frame when I was die cutting those. See, it's hard to do corners. But again, you can die cut this big one out because there is a die cut for that stamp. And I got to get that a little bit more so it's not so sharp. Okay. So let's go ahead and pop these up using some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'll get those out. Oops. Come on. Let's see here. Put one over here. And I think, actually, you know what? I'm going to use a mini because those are small. Let's see if I've got a couple minis. I do. 5 minis? Oh, those are big. I know I have some minis in here somewhere. We'll get those. See if I can. Sorry. Guess I should have come prepared, huh, for my thing here. Oh, here's my minis. Okay. Sometimes the minis are so small. But I just want to make sure that my center of my flower is covered completely. All right. So let's get the things off of here. And we're just going to place the flowers like so. And then we're going to take the little centers that we just cut out, and I am going to use a big Stampin' Dimensional on this one. We're just going to place it right over the center, and then let me give me my 2 minis. My husband's out there doing the grass, so hopefully you don't hear him too much. He's very much the yard guy. He loves to mow his lawn and rake leaves and pick weeds. And me, I like my crafting. That's what I do. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So lastly, this one is Oops a Daisy. So we're going to go ahead and stamp, and I used garden green to stamp the sentiment in. Sometimes people use black a lot on their tags. I don't know. I just always like to kind of coordinate, and that's the best thing about Stampin' Up is all these colors are so coordinated together that I love to take advantage of that. So I used garden green. And sorry if my head gets in here a little bit, but I don't think it will. I think I'll be fine. And I'm just going to stamp, Oops a Daisy, so sorry. So hopefully I can get it straight. Yep, straight enough. And again, I used the Stampin' Dimensionals to just pop that right up. So I love my Stampin' Dimensionals. I'll just use 2. For this. Are you guys glad it's almost Friday? Oops, did you see that? I almost got it. I almost put it upside down. Okay, and we will just set that right there. I just put it right on the ribbon. Okay, there, that's the first card. Oops a Daisy, so sorry. So you get enough in your kit to make 2 of these. All right, so let's jump into the other one. Let's see which one. I love this color. The Moody Mauve and the Bubble Bath. I think these might be one of my favorite colors. But let's get started on this one. And I kind of took a little bit of a shortcut just so that I wouldn't be on as long today, but here's everything that's in this kit. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't emboss this, so I'm going to run over and just emboss it real quick. You can see that this is embossed with the 3D Basics embossing folder. So let me just pop over there super quick. See, I wasn't quite ready. And we'll go ahead and emboss it. Yeah, I'm ready tomorrow to get my boot off. I have surgery, so we are ready to get this boot off. So I will make sure that this is embossed, by the way, in your kits. I don't know, I was in a hurry and I didn't make sure. Okay, so let's adhere this real quick. Yeah, I've been in this boot for 6 weeks now, and it's driving me absolutely crazy. The first 2 weeks I had to use a knee scooter, so I couldn't really get around. So I couldn't even really get in my crafting room, which was kind of depressing for me. Okie dokie. Let's put this on here. See, and making these cards, it doesn't have to be, super hard or anything. You can put together a couple cards pretty quickly, especially with this bundle. Then I'm just going to take that DSP, that pretty DSP, and put this right kind of off center. So we'll just put it right here, kind of off center. Oh, and you know what I forgot to put on my other cards was the bling, but we can do that. Okay, let's let's take a look at our card here. Okay, so what I did, instead of, I'm including this a little kind of scrap piece of basic white so you can stamp the flowers. And I did that in Moody Mauve, and this is in the wild wheat. The leaves I stamped in wild wheat. So let's first stamp our sentiment, which is wishing you the brightest birthday. So I'll just grab my Moody Mauve. It's finally warming up here too, thank goodness. Oh, you know what? That's the wrong stamp. Oh, I'm so glad I looked at that. I can't stamp that. That's not the stamp I need. Clean that off. I grab it. Cray, I wasn't even ready. Huh, jeez. And the other thing I do too with some of these stamps, sometimes you can use your grid lines on your paper to kind of make sure it's straight. And then I just pick it up like that. So we'll stamp the sentiment. I like to stamp the sentiment first, and then I can figure out where to position everything else. So we're just going to stamp it like that in the Moody Mauve. I love it. Moody Mauve. Okay, and so for the sake of time and the magic of recording video, I've got our die cuts already cut out. So, you know, you can position these any way you want. You don't have to put the leaves on if you don't want to. I did a little bit of glue for the leaves, and then I actually stuck the little flowers up using Stampin' Dimensionals. So, and sometimes they're very difficult to work with. So you can just figure out where you want them. Put a little bit of glue on the back, and then we'll just attach them. Come on, glue. I got my new glue. I taught a class Tuesday at the library, and I opened up a new glue thing, and boy, does it come out. It comes out a lot quicker. So I just stick a little bit of glue on there. And I'll do the same thing, a little bit of glue. And again, you can get these, you can like position this any way you want. That's the beauty of this. So let's see here. We'll put a couple Stampin'. Oh, you know what else I did? I did use, well, that's all right. I won't do it. But on this one, you can see I just used a bit of, can you see that? Stampin' Blends to color in the center of the flowers, which you don't have to. But let me put some things on here. So yeah, tomorrow I'm hoping the doctor says I'm released of this boot. And I've had to wear it 24/7, like even sleeping with it. It's been a nightmare. But I'm glad it'll soon be over. Let's make sure you can, I like to offset things too sometimes. So what I'll do is I won't put, since I've already set this up right here, I'm not going to put a dimensional here. I'm going to put it on the other side here. And yes, you can see I was stamping and I didn't like the stamp off, so I flipped it over and did a little bit better. And what I do for this is I will take a little bit of glue, Oops, see what I mean? That glue came out quick. And I'll just kind of position it. Ah! There we go. So that's that. And then for the ribbon, which I'm just gonna adhere right underneath here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of, let's make sure that's right though. Yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of Stampin' Seal right here. Okay. Let me just make sure that's right. And you probably need a little bit more. Sometimes my Stampin' Seal doesn't like to go right. We'll see if that works. And we're going to adhere it there. I will trim that off. Let's see. See, it's a little bit too long, so I got to trim it, which is okay. And again, we're going to use the Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere that to the front. See, that was pretty super easy. Super easy, super easy. Oops. And can you believe it? It's almost Mother's Day too, Sunday. Jeez. It's going by so quick. Okay. I think I stuck enough on there. Okay, so we'll just stick it right there. See how pretty that is? And then, of course, we have to put some dots on it. And I thought I kept the dots out. I am just not prepared today. What happened to me? Here we go. These are the 2023 to 25 in color dots, and we will boy, I am, oh, I see it. I am like not prepared. Sorry. Okay, just a couple dots. Yeah, put one up here. Oops. Put one over here. And let's see. I'll put another one. See, these come in 3 different sizes. I goofed. I'll put one over here. And there you have the third or second card. Cute, right? And I love the ribbon. Okay, so let's get on with it with our last card. And I love this last card too. Wishing you the brightest birthday. I love these colors together. I didn't think I'd really love them, but the more that I see the boho blue and this copper clay, I think it is, I just love it. So let's get that. So here's all the supplies for this card. And again, let's see if I can get it out. You'll get the card base, the layering, and I did all of the, since there's not a whole lot of stamping, the only thing that's getting stamped here is wishing you the brightest birthday. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. I just think it's so cute. Okay, so I used the boho blue, and see, I don't know why people, why do we do this? Why do we turn it over? The cardstock, I could have glued it on either side, right? Because there's really nothing on here. Too funny. Okay. So I am just gonna adhere this. And I do, see, I really do like the glue. I'm gonna burnish this on the other side. Okay. And this is also from the Fresh as a Daisy designer series paper. It's the one that has all the different blocks on it, and I actually cut it up so that I can use each one of those different designs. But we're going to go ahead and just adhere this again using my trusty multi-purpose liquid glue. There. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of adhere that, get it straight on there, straight as we can. Oops, oh shoot. I moved it down too much. Let me see if I can straighten that out a bit. See, that's the beauty of playing with the glue. Okay. So this one I did a little bit differently. So there's a lot of little pieces that need to be glued together. And let's start off with just gluing our little pieces of the flower together. Okay. I also use the fine tip glue pen that we have for some of these more delicate. This one isn't as bad, but sometimes we do have some very delicate and thin intricate dies, and that glue is a little bit easier to use. Oops, now see, I think that's going to be too much glue. Okay, well, let's see if we can get it back on there right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's the first one. And again, these are all from the dies. So this is the second one that we're just going to kind of do an outline. This one was the outline of that. I'm going to take the glue again. This one, I probably would have used my multi-purpose, or my thin glue pen, but I got this out already. I'm not going to go change it. So we'll do this. Do you guys have any big plans for Mother's Day? We are going to Syracuse, the Marriott there for brunch with my son and his wife, my daughter-in-law. So I'm looking forward to that. I love to see them. I'm gonna have to fix my thing. Okay, now this one, see, sometimes I have a hard time like lining it up. Oh, there, I got it. Okay. Again, it's why you use glue, because you've got to be able to move it around. I'm just gonna stick little dots here so we can get this glued down. But you guys have until tomorrow. If you place an order by tomorrow, you can get my card class kit for free, and I'll send you everything you need. There we go. Well, let's see, make sure that got on there right. A little bit of glue. That's the only thing I don't like about my glue, but we can fix that. Okay, now the little last thing here is I also include all the little, what do you call these? Centers. And don't try to you know, get these perfectly centered. They're kind of off shape, so it's not going to be, just going to stick a dot of glue there. You can also use glue dots. I like my glue dots too. I do. The big one I'm going to pop up though on a Stampin' Dimensional. I like to give my stuff a little bit of pop there. And see, this one we're just gonna place it. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's not gonna be perfectly round. So so this one we need a Stampin' Dimensional. I'll use a mini. No, I won't. I'll use a regular size. That's fine. Okay. We're just going to place it right there in the middle. See? All right. So for these, I just kind of positioned them. Let's see. You can tell I've got a little bit of glue here and it's sticking. So I'm going to position these. I'm actually going to do this one first. Let me get that out a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to use a little bit of, oops, throwing stuff around here. Okay. I think I'll just use a little Stampin' Seal. Place that right around, probably there. Okay, and then this one, I am gonna just, let's see, I'm gonna pop it up. What do you think? No, I think this has got to go on the bottom part like that. So I'm gonna pop it up. I'm gonna use the Stampin' Dimensionals again for this and just put a couple things on here. I don't need to use a lot. So I'm gonna pop that right there. And then this one, the little guy, I'm gonna slide it. I'm just gonna slide it under here. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. Okay, a little bit of glue under here. Maybe a little bit of glue over here. And we'll just slide it on in. There. Excuse me. Now we can stamp our where did it go? Did I take it away? No, it's right here. We can stamp "Wishing You the Brightest Birthday." Oops. And I'm going to do that in boho blue. Wishing you the brightest birthday. Just stamp that right on there. There you go. And there we have it. It's funny, I didn't even realize those two cards were very similar in terms of where I put my tags. Again, with my Stampin' Dimensionals. And we're just gonna put it right, oops, again, almost got it upside down. You can really place it anywhere you'd like. So I'm gonna put it right there. Is that a little crooked? I can't tell. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah. And then we're gonna add some more of the dots. I think I'm gonna use the smaller dots up here. Dot, another dot. And then I'll use a bigger dot, not the big ones, but maybe, I don't know, down here or over here. How about over here? Okay, I did a little different than the original card. So, there you have it. The third card, "Wishing You the Brightest Birthday." Again, I love those colors. That crushed curry goes really well with that too. Kind of pops out. So if you'd like to go ahead and place an order, I will ship everything out Monday to all the folks that have ordered already. And then you can use that host code. It's right over there at the top, over there. Use the host code so I know that you'd like it. And then what I'll do is on Monday, I will send everything out. But thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my Cheerful Daisies class to go. So have a great weekend and we'll see you next week. Bye.